Okay, I'm back. Lindey should be here any second. I do not know what just happened. It's pretty weird. YouTube just shut down completely. So something going on with the internet, I guess. It might have had an internet flash spike or something. I don't know. Hopefully everybody will bounce back on here with me here in a second. So I don't know what happened. Hey, hopefully everybody can see me okay. Lindey should be on any second now. Just waiting on her to join. Sorry, guys. Don't know what happened there. Lindey said she read my message with the link, so she should be on any second now. Where are you, Lindey? Hurry back. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Park under a cell tower. I'm close to a cell tower. Where is Lindey at? What is she doing? All the viewers are back. I pay myself every day I transfer. Yeah, MD, what is your question, buddy? Lindey had to get a bathroom break and to get a refill. You guys can send questions over and I'll answer them until Lindey jumps back in. Chicago's in the house. What is your question, Jet? Jet, what's your question, buddy? He said that I'm not answering his question, so. Lindey's back. Woohoo! There she is. Jet, I'm going to be sourcing games and clothes on Black Friday. Lindey's back. Make sure you send
Am
the
I
link to
back?
Mike.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Lindey's back. Mike, Lindey's sending the link.
Hold on. I'm trying. I'm trying to get it to him.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Except, God dang it. Okay. Casey, I need you to email me that link because it keeps making it a Facebook link and Mike can't get to it from there.
Okay, hold on. I'm emailing it. Send me a Facebook message with your email, and I'll email it right now. Actually, his is. Hold on. I got his email.
Look at you.
Yeah, I got his email. I'll send it. Hang on. Looking for it right now. There it is. Got it. pgh@gmail. Okay, I sent it to him. Okay, Mike will be back with us in a second. But if you guys, I live in Tampa, by the way, about a half hour from Lakeland. Mike's on his way. There he is.
Yeah, here I am.
She's much prettier than me. Okay, so when we cut off, speaking of, I was supposed to guess her wine, and I said it was a white Zen, but I was probably so far off.
This?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Are we still talking about my wine?
I didn't get to hear the question because I got the answer. I got booted off.
No, my Topeka ladies, the Prairie Pricking Girl.
Prairie Pricking Girl. See where Lindsay's at.
Prairie Picking Girls.
Too much.
No,
wine.
it's Strawberry Hill Boone's Farm, Kansas.
Strawberry what?
Strawberry Hill. Strawberry Hill Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm? That sounds like some
Boone's
stuff from
Farm.
town.
It's the high class stuff. It's like $3.62.
A bottle?
Mm-hmm.
What does your head feel like in the morning? Dear God. I can't see the chat anymore. I turned the chat off. So, Lindey, I want you to field the questions, and I'll answer the questions. God.
Okay.
Jet MD, I did see his question, was asking about Black Friday sourcing. So what are you guys planning on doing for Black Friday?
As far as I know, there's nothing going on in my area. Maybe maybe my Topeka gals can help me out. Is anything going on in Topeka? Because I know there's nothing going on here.
I never really,
yeah, Liquid Courage. Thanks, Mike.
Liquid Courage. I never really wander outside of the typical purchasing and sourcing channels on Black Friday. I don't like to fight for stuff, and I just don't feel like a lot of the deals, once they get discounted that much, are going to be very profitable. I'm not into the fad sales. I've never done like Hatchimals, the Hatch Animals, or whatever they are. I just go out for my typical sourcing, and a lot of my thrift stores and a lot of my Salvation Armies and stuff and whatnot will have good sales anyways, like fill a bag for $5 or 25% off of like the normal. So I just go out and just take advantage of those stores and make the most out of them. Which is probably what I'll do this year too.
All right, I guess you want me to tell you what
yeah,
I'm going to do.
Mike, we were leaving the floor to you.
Nothing. Sleeping. Like, I don't do any. One year I did. It was, I guess, 10 years ago. I wanted to get a 360. I didn't have one yet. And all right, I'm dating myself for sure. I didn't even tell you it was 10 years ago. But Circuit City had a doorbuster sale on them. They came with a few games, with a hard drive and all that, for a good price. And I get there, and they had, I think, 3 quantity for a line of over 100, 200 people. So it was gone easily by the time I got in there. So I was frustrated. I didn't get anything, and now I swore it off. I'm just going to sleep in.
First of all, I'm not surprised that Mike's story started with Xbox 360. Second of all, he's being a Debbie Downer. He's raining on our Black Friday parade.
I hate my life.
You were on a Friday night live YouTube show with me and that young lady across the country there.
Whoa.
How could your life not be better right now?
I know it's. I'm making the joke about the Debbie Downer. My life is awesome. Clearly, I'm in a 1-bedroom mansion here. I got my Steeler stuff. I got a Sonic the Hedgehog pillowcase.
All right. Well, you don't have to explain your life being bad anymore. You made it far enough.
I'm depressing you. I know. It's okay.
No, I was okay with your mansion and your Sonic. I couldn't get on board with anything else. But
okay. Well, somebody was asking me about my coupon ladies. I talk about coupon ladies a lot for retail arbitrage. I found my coupon ladies from Facebook. They have, you know how there's like Facebook seller groups? If you do a group search on Facebook for stockpile selling or super savers or coupon something, you're going to get a list of groups. And most of the time, those groups are for selling or trading merchandise that people have bought with coupons, or they're selling things. Like there's even people that don't even really coupon. They're just people, because I live in a military area, they're just people that are moving across the country, and you can't take that kind of stuff. The packers won't pack that kind of stuff for you, so they have to offload like all of their shampoos and their laundry soap and all of that. So they sell it really super cheap to get rid of it. So that's where most of my retail arbitrage comes from. So it's just a simple Facebook group search, and usually they'll let anybody join. It's not like you have to be a couponer to join. So
we have a pretty big coupon group here. I met a lady in one of the other neighborhoods. That woman has a stockpile as big as my entire house. I kid you not.
Yeah,
like,
I have one in my basement.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a former. I was gonna say I'm a former coupon lady. That's how I know where to find it.
Oh my god, we don't have basements here, thank God. Or I probably would have some kind of death basement. I'm pretty sure. I'm certain I would. Mike,
all right, Lindey.
You have like a death storage closet somewhere?
Huh. No, I don't have a storage closet. All my enlisted inventory is in this apartment.
Gee.
So if I don't keep organized, which happens, but in one area, in the living room, like I sell jeans mainly, like 90%, so they're easily stackable. So like I have my couch and I have a love seat and I have the living area, but in the corner is the mountain of jeans, the unlisted jeans. So I'll go to the outlet and buy a few bins of jeans, come home and stack them in the corner, and all my listed inventory is in my bedroom. It's like separated by alphabetical order by brand, so I know where it's at.
Wow. People used to ask me, because we've owned our house for 3 years, and before that we were in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was like 1,100 square feet. I literally rented, you know how a lot of apartments downstairs, they have all the one-car garages that you can rent to park your car inside instead of out in the parking lot. I rented that it was like $75 a month. That was my inventory storage in my workspace. I literally rented that garage to walk down and store bins with all the inventory, and we didn't use it to park our cars at all. It was more important to have the storage when we had the apartment. Now we live in a house, we have the garage, and we have a separate room for an office and whatnot. But yeah, back in the apartment days, I used to do the same thing as you. I had it everywhere. That's when we first got started. We've had this house over 3 years now, so that was probably like 4 years ago.
Okay. Well, somebody just asked if a problem keeping up with trends and all of that kind of stuff because I live in such a remote area.
Remote?
Yeah, I do. That's why I really focus so much on retail, because Walmart, people are looking for it. It's everywhere. Clothing items, it's really, really hard. It's hard for me to source cheap. It's hard for me to keep up with the latest trends because here in central Kansas, especially where I live, there's really nobody dressing trendy. Nobody wears anything that's high value. I mean, the buckle is about as high value as we have around here. And that's 30 minutes outside of the town I live.
Dorothy doesn't wear Torrid and
no, I found Torrid once. I found Torrid one time.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna shock a lot of people, and I know I get a hard time about these higher brands, but I live in Tampa, which is like a business community. Like Florida is a lot of obviously retirement and older folk, and then there's a lot of like South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, like rich people and immigrants and Spanish communities and all that thing. They've got all the fashion down there. They're into that kind of stuff. But in Tampa, where I am, it's not. Like, we don't see the brands. What we see here is mall brands. We see Hollister, Abercrombie, Aeropostale. We see like Macy's stuff, normal everyday stuff that doesn't sell, very high end. People think because I'm in Florida, we have those high brands, but not here. Like, definitely not here.
Yeah, someone is asking about sourcing at TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, and Marshalls. I have a Marshalls, but I've only been in there one time, and its price shirt was for $20, so I walked out.
Yeah, I know. We have a Marshalls, a TJ Maxx, all that stuff right up the street. And I've been in them a few times, but I've never found anything worth buying, $10, $15, stuff that's just not going to sell profitably. Same with Nordstrom Rack. Nicole has a lot of luck there. Megan had luck. I bought a few things here and there, Top Shop, but nothing, like I can't ever go in there and make a deal. I don't know. That to me, the brand new stuff is just tough. Like I would rather go to the Benz, or I'd rather go to Salvation Army all day long. I had a haul just the other day of like men's button-down dress shirts that I paid $2 and $3 a piece for. I've already sold 5 or 6 of them at $20 a pop. So, I mean, that's just the kind of stuff that I prefer to buy. Going in these retail stores, you're spending too much and risking too much, in my opinion, anyways.
Yeah, but as for me, I've done Burlington in the past. I've gotten some good stuff. I guess here's a brand people should look for, but Ice Cream by Billionaire Boys Club. I actually just sold a jacket new with tags for $90.
Wow.
From that brand. That was from Burlington. It was a $250 new with tag, and I bought it for $25.
Wow.
I bought orange shorts. They had marked down to $4.98, and I flipped them for $40 plus shipping. But lately Burlington has sucked for me, and I've stopped going. I've been to TJ Maxx, I've been to Marshalls, and it just seems a little overpriced. So I can maybe flip a pair of jeans at best from $10 to 25 to 30, and that's if it's a quick seller, it's worth my time. But if it's going to sit for a few months, I'm not worried about it. So I've kind of stopped going. This is a regional store, but Gabriel Brothers, I think, is the best retail store because, you know, they get secondhand goods just like TJ Maxx, you know, overstock and all that. But their prices are lower on their clearance. So I like to go there instead. So to answer the question, I kind of cut it out since obviously I'm a bin shopper, so there's really no alternative.
Yeah, I don't have the chat open. I'll take care of it in a second. I'm going to message Kate to go open the chat. I don't have Gabriel Brothers here. We have our regional stores in Florida are all like beach lifestyle living, like touristy type crap. So let's say like Venice Beach, welcome to Sarasota, like nothing that's going to sell. It's terrible here. And the TJ Maxx Marshalls route gets a lot of that stuff. They buy from those stores. So I don't do it. It's all used for me. The brand new merchandise we do get here is winter stuff because nobody here is buying coats. Nobody. It's 85 degrees right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. So if I can find coats here, then I can sell them to other states and no one here will buy them and they'll be super cheap. So sometimes I can do that, like the advantage of living in a hot neighborhood. But outside of that, I don't really do any retail. Not that I can think of. Thank God I have 3 Goodwill bins within an hour of me, which I know most of you are not lucky enough to have, but I thank God every day for those bins. And the Orlando bins, if any of you live in Central Florida by Disney World, are now open till 8 p.m. through the rest of the year. Woo! Thank God. They used to close at like 3 or 4, but now they're open till 8.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lindey was just telling me how grateful she is because she has like 6 bins don't you? Like 6?
You could shut your mouth.
She has to book a flight to get to hers.
Mike is a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad person.
He warned me that he's actually being nicer than I expected him to be, so I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you.
I'm going to need like a secret troll link into your secret two-way chats because I've got to be able to see this. Like, I need to like screenshot some of these chats just so I have some ammo for next time. Jeez.
We're exchanging information to come after you, Casey.
I wish somebody would, because it would probably end a lot of my problems there. All this talk of bad sales and everything, y'all could just come on, join the world. God,
but sales were horrible last week.
God, they were terrible. Finally, on
bad.
Monday was Tuesday picked up, and Wednesday I had a phenomenal day. Yesterday was pretty good. I haven't checked today, but it was all right when we left out. So thank God, because last weekend I did, from Friday afternoon till Sunday, I did like $400, and I usually do $500 a day. It was bad. It was I know these numbers sound crazy to some people, but when you're used to doing $500 a day and you average $150 for 3 days in a row, it's crushing. It's terrible. Like that was payroll for the week. So I don't know what made it pick up. Maybe the election being over, maybe me actually doing some work. But it was a really bad week last week for everybody. Amazon was, I know that you guys probably don't do too much Amazon, but Amazon, the entire month of October, I did half my sales. I went from $6,800 to like $3,950 or $4,000. So it was really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, I had 2 full days with 0 sales. With
Whoa.
0.
I don't even know what I would
do.
I don't know what I would do.
It was bad.
If I woke up and saw 0, I would probably go back to bed. I would go back to bed.
Well, because normally, my numbers are nothing like yours. You know, they're maybe between $100 is a decent day. So having 0 was just like a gut punch.
Yeah, if you know, for me, that's the equivalent of me selling $100, and I was freaking out. I mean,
Uh-oh.
It's because he's sitting in his car. Has he not learned this?
Oh my God, he disappeared. Are we still alive? Are we live? Yeah, we're live.
Sorry.
He's back.
Oh, I'm here. I was going to take, did I cut out?
Yeah, you did. You disappeared.
Yeah, you were gone.
I was saying I was going to take the day off. If sales, like I was going to tell people to take the day off because I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay payroll. Not that I didn't have the money, but if we're not selling stuff for that week, I can't sit and pay somebody, you know, but I thought of it and I was like, I got to suck it up and pay her, because the only way to get these sales any better is if I actually get stuff listed. So I got to keep paying them to list. Otherwise, the sales are just going to keep falling and falling. It was tough. It was a tough week, no doubt about it. But things have picked up, thank God. So anyways, with that being said.
Okay.
What else you
Hey,
got?
Lindey. All right. Let me speak to you for a second.
All right. There's hold on. There's a troll that's like really upsetting everybody. Or not upsetting everybody, but being very disruptive.
I see that. I just try to ignore him. Doesn't matter.
I've been blocking trolls and they don't actually get blocked. Like, I go to their page and I hit block user and it doesn't do anything. It's terrible.
Anyways, Lindey, look, 4 days is zero. 4 days is zero. Are you serious?
I didn't say 4 days. I said 2.
2 days. 2 days.
Oh, 2 days is zero.
2 days is zero, yeah.
2 days of zero, yes. On election day and then Friday. But then Saturday and Sunday picked up. Okay, who could have thought?
So you're still not doing auctions? Why?
Oh, back to the auction.
I did start doing auctions. I did auctions per your insistence that I put those Miss Me jeans up for auction. So there, I have an auction going. Are you happy?
How many auctions do you have up?
Just that one? You got a bid, so do they end Sunday?
Yes.
And you got a bid, so look at that. They might bid up.
But hey, guess what? If nobody else bids, I'll break even. So yay.
Yeah, but meanwhile, you were out money while they were sitting in your closet. So.
Well, I guess.
How long have you had them?
6 weeks. Maybe?
Whoa, yeah. See, they're getting old. That's not good.
About 6 weeks.
Miss Me really took
but still.
Miss Me jeans took a tumble. We picked up 2 pair at a yard sale for $5 a piece. I ended up taking best offers of 19 a piece on them.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Me is really tanked. If you search Miss Me on eBay, it's saturated. It's super saturated.
They don't even show up under the sourcing tab under top brands for jeans anymore.
Yeah, I was saying this.
I think so. They fell out of top 10. They did for at least a week or so.
Yeah, I was talking in a call.
Well, because.
But talking about, I just want to get into it with styles. We all sell clothing here, so you gotta notice what the trends are. And last year's trend was the bling, like the Miss Me's and Rock Revivals and all that. And then the lower brands, like even the budget brands, started coming out with styles that are, blinged out. But now it's different. I think this year's style is it's one or two things. It's the really distressed look, the grunge look, the holes, the stains, the bleach spots, the paint spots, especially for men. I'm killing it in that area. And then the other one is like the boho look, the flared, the late 60s hippie look. Those are a thing that's in. That people don't want that blinged out, which started with the Ed Hardy, which is obviously not in style anymore. But it started with that, Affliction, and all that. That's really not in style anymore. So you're seeing that translated into the sales of Miss Me. I have a pair of Miss Me's I've had for 4 months. And it's reasonably priced with the best offer, and I'm still not getting
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we had kind of talked very, very briefly. I was telling Mike that I was looking for jeans at Goodwill, and I was coming across lots of pairs of jeans that were like really distressed, and they looked really, really nice. And then I look at the brand, and it's like a Target brand or a Walmart brand, and I'm just like, really? Because it totally fooled me. I was like, these look like, and it came from Walmart. It was shocking me.
Yeah, everybody jumped on the bandwagon, which probably didn't help to drive those prices down as well.
All right, I just want to share some bolos real quick because people love hearing them.
Yes, do it.
Okay, now the brand Angels, it's budget. You're not going to get much for them. If you buy them at the binge, you can flip them, make a couple bucks. But I noticed, now I say the boho look, that like the jeans that are back pocketless, the women's. Yeah. They're flared out. Maybe bell bottoms sometimes, but the style in that brand I've seen go for over $40 on eBay. I don't know why. Maybe they were limited and people are looking for them. And like also the 90s style of mom jeans, late 80s, high-waisted, really? Like Levi's women's high-waisted mom jeans, like the 512s. And you can see they're made in USA. You got to look at the tag. And so I've seen a Poshmark seller selling them for over like $50, $60 a pair.
Wow, that's incredible.
And they don't make them like that anymore, obviously. So like the old Tommy 90s, with the big patch, and the men's and women's sell. So like anything from the 90s is in. And stuff you would have thought a couple years ago was super lame and nobody would be wearing it, or people are now wearing it.
That's true, because a lot of the sellers that I follow on eBay, the keyword boho is one of the top keywords, period, on all clothing. Like in every section, every style, boho is the top keyword, like 1 or 2 on almost every brand. So that's definitely 100%. Like, be on the lookout for that stuff. 90s, mom's jeans, boho, you name it. Even the shirts that match that stuff go with those jeans as well. That's all that Megan Reed sells, the Free People and the Anthropology boho looks. Paisley dress shirts, men's Paisley dress shirts, Alan Flusser, Black Label, English Laundry Black Label, any of that stuff that has that real Paisley. I did one in a haul video yesterday. If you go back and look at my video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But just look up that keyword on eBay. And Alan Flusser is the good brand, Flusser. Adam Flusser Paisley, those old style, early 90s, Italian, crazy looking shirts, I can get $40-$50 for them. And I just sold one for $39.99 yesterday that I paid $3 for at Salvation Army. So yeah, I guess Mike's probably right. All that stuff that used to be out is now in. It's kind of like a rotation of fashion, sort of. Which makes me wish I lived in California, New York, or somewhere that I had more trendy people around me that I could keep an eye out for that stuff. Because I bet when they walk through the streets, they see all that stuff more and more and more.
Yeah, I mean, where you're sourcing, I'm sure you could get plenty of it, though. Where I'm at, I guess, Pittsburgh, it's not really known for its fashion, but I find some pretty sick stuff. I mean, I guess I'm in a good area because there's a lot of vintage being, from the Northeast. And there's
You're pretty populated, too, so.
Yeah, it's a dense populated area for sure. And I do find some of the trendier things. Like, I can flip no-name brands that are just trendy looking, and I'll throw it up at. That's my one instance I do buy at Niles, where I'll take a no-name brand I bought for $1, but I remember, for example, it was American flag design jeans. They were distressed. They were red, white, and blue, like they had the stars and stripes on them, and I sold them for $25, but the brand I'd never heard of before, and the brand sucked.
It's just because of the style.
Yeah, just because of the style. So sometimes you have to sell style over brand. Well, that's not in most cases, but in that case, you see like a brand. Bring up Faded Glory. I always bring that up. But say you see that.
For the win.
Yeah, you see that and you're like, this sucks. But if it looks cool, don't even put the brand in the title, because you're going to put it in your description, your item specifics anyways. So just describe the item and people are going to be on it.
I'm about ready to hop on that bandwagon for sure, because I've been struggling with some pretty decent brands that just aren't selling, but I'm selling things that are brands that I've never heard of that just, I mean, they have different things about them that make them look, it almost doesn't even matter if I've never heard the brand or not. So I think that people are definitely buying on style, not necessarily brand right now.
It is. They're buying on style and keywords, and it's hard to discipline yourself to get away from just looking for certain brands and wanting to buy something that you've never heard of. Like, I always think of it as a risk for me, and I'm like, how am I going to buy this? I've never even heard of it. How do I know anyone else has heard of it? Or you look it up and you don't find a lot of them, but then you realize that the style is right. I've done it on a few items recently. It's been working out. So you got to get away from that only buying brands. Because I used to only buy stuff by searching at the top of the coat hanger. I would only see that brand tag, and I'd flip. Now I'm actually taking the time to look at what.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to retrain myself in how I look for things. I actually took, well, I didn't take her. She met me there. A good friend of mine. We met at Goodwill. And she was just coming to hang out, and I'm like, well, I'm sourcing, feel free to start looking at stuff. And it was really nice having her there because she was in the rack right next to me and she would just hold something up. She's like, what about this? And she would tell me the brand and I'm like, I've never heard of that. And it was And so she, you know, and she wasn't looking at brands. She was just looking, oh, is this shirt, does this look nice? Would somebody like this? And so that was kind of like, well, maybe I need to start looking at it with a fresh pair of eyes and not focus so much on brands.
Yep.
So
I've been looking at Faded Glory. I check it out.
Good man.
That's terrible.
If it's new with tags, why not buy it? You're buying it for $1 or something or less.
That's true. It's true. That's
hey, Casey.
Yes.
Casey, I've tried blocking this guy and it's not happening. We might need you to do it.
Oh, gee, I'm afraid of what's gonna happen. Hang on. Let me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best here. I got the chat opening up. Give me just a second. You can, if you're able to find any more questions between now and then, that'd be awesome. Okay, I've got the chat open. Let me scroll. I don't know how much it's gonna show me of the. What's his name?
It's Surfcade. SURFKEED.
I'm looking for him. I see Nicole here.
Yeah, he's in there a lot.
I don't see.
Hey, Lindey, I'd like to commend
Don't block Nicole though. We like Nicole.
Well, obviously.
You can't block Nicole.
Don't block Nicole.
I don't see this guy.
He's not talking.
Oh, got him. I see him.
Hey, Lindey.
What?
I like to commend you on actually spelling his name.
Thanks. It was really easy. It was just sitting right here.
Well, you can read. I know. I was very happy.
Mike's being a big hater again.
It's because he's secretly jealous of my buy it now skills, and he's stuck on this whole auction thing because he feels like he's so far into it now he can't back off. Otherwise, he admits defeat.
He admits defeat. Okay, they're blocked. So tell me if you see any more stuff come up. I blocked them.
Okay.
Sweet. Mike admits defeat. I don't think Mike admits defeat.
I do buy it nows for 30 days. I do not do good till canceled.
Yes, correct. For those of you that are asking that, I did see that just a second ago. Good till canceled, and when they end, you do sell similar. So I think Kate's coming.
Hold on, I want to discuss this whole sell similar thing.
Yes, please.
Okay, it is do sell similar over relisting.
Yes.
I know that everybody says do sell similar instead of relisting because it gives you a new item ID and it completely refreshes the listing and all of this stuff. But I find it takes so much more time to go in. And the other night, I almost double listed something because I was just cranking them out. And so that's a big risk.
Oh, because
and
you're
something
doing it wrong. I know what you're doing. I used to do it that way.
What am I doing?
Okay, so when an item ends and they go to your unsolds, like with their 30-day, and then so you'll have a list. Let's say you have 20 unsolds. Just select all and then hit sell similar, and they'll come up to the bulk edit screen, and then you just hit submit all, and that's it. You can do it in 2 clicks.
All right, then I'll try it that way.
Because you do it one by one.
Of course, I only did it like 10 times, and then I'm like, forget this. This is dumb.
No, you can just go to unsold. Go to unsold, select all the ones that you want, and then hit sell similar, and it'll come up to the bulk.
See, I thought that you could only bulk edit relisting. I didn't know you could bulk edit.
I thought that too.
Okay, well then cool.
I tried it. Look at that. I'm teaching Lindey something.
Look, I'm learning something live. Look at that.
I used to do the same thing. So.
Casey's a wealth of knowledge.
Sometimes.
There we go.
When I'm not drinking a lot of strawberry health wine stuff, I'm pretty effective.
Okay, I haven't had that much. Look, I still have a lot left in my glass. The rest of the bottle is for later.
Yeah, I was about to say, she's not going to show us the rest of the bottle.
Nope.
I am parked outside of World of Beer right now. The girls are in there having beers. They made me take them. And I told them I had to do a live show, so I have my hotspot and everything here, which is where we're doing the thing. And I'm sitting outside of a World of Beer, not drinking beer, just FYI, so everybody knows that.
Oh, he's so professional.
I know.
Look at that.
I know. They're all scared.
Here, I'll drink for you. There's one for you, Casey.
Which glasses have you had?
That's the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Did that troll go away? That troll went away, I assume?
No.
No, he's still
No.
there.
Oh my god, I blocked him.
He's still
reported
there.
him.
Just saying.
I can't, it won't let me, the option it's giving me now is to unblock him.
I don't have
That's
to
weird.
This
say
is what I've been
anything's
saying.
off.
I've been blocking people on YouTube and it's not doing anything.
Yeah, one thing Nicole pointed out, you can appoint moderators. And they can do it.
If they're going to be any more effective than me blocking him, I guess. I don't know. Weird. All right, what else we got? A couple more questions, Lindey. Let's see. Fire away.
Haven't been seeing any. Guys, send your questions. I'm looking.
Because I'm gonna run out and go party.
All right, I got one. They asked.
Well,
they asked if
that's
we
okay, Casey. You can leave. We got this.
Oh,
If you want to go drink.
oh, she's kicking me out now.
I'm not
Well, I know
against
you
it.
want to go have fun.
Eventually, Mike's got a question. I want to hear it. Let's hear it, Mike.
There it is.
Yes, somebody asked if we sell on Poshmark.
I have just downloaded Poshmark last week. I made a video about it. Our weekend is going to be listing our first items. I have not sold anything yet, but I am now on Poshmark. So I'll do a video update on how well it goes for me.
Lindey.
Okay. I have put up like 5 things. It took me like a week to sell 1, and then I haven't put up anything new yet. I have some things that I probably sell on Poshmark. I just need to actually put them up. I guess if I would have had better luck with, the 5 that I put up before, then I probably would be in more of a rush. But, it's just eBay is kind of my baby. I'm not really super eager to jump onto another platform, especially when there's so much like socializing and sharing and liking. And I know that you don't have to do that, but it helps.
Agreed.
So it's just, it's a lot of energy that I just don't have right now, but I definitely plan to.
As for me, yeah, I do. I haven't sold anything yet. I have like 30 things up, and I was doing it as a test. I cross-listed a few items, and I sold maybe 10 of them already on eBay.
Wow.
So I think Poshmark.
Yeah, see, and that's why, eBay is so much faster.
It takes a lot of networking and a lot of work and a lot of babying to get Poshmark to work, I think.
I think it's different. It's a different animal. It's you have to run it differently. You have to take your pictures differently. You have to direct your listings differently to a different crowd. It's more social. Your pictures, it just has to be all different. You can't run it like eBay or you're gonna fail. So
Yeah.
I haven't really been paying attention to it. That's why I'm not making sales. I'm more the quick flip.
Really?
I'm not about styling my pictures and aiming it towards a certain audience. I just want to put up the item as it is, maybe a couple keywords here or there, and sell the item. So if I listed it as it should be on Poshmark, I'm sure I'd kill it. There's people out there going full time on Poshmark, so it can be done. It's just not for me.
Okay, somebody is asking how we prioritize what to list first when we're limited on time. If we go by highest price, most profit, quickest to list, hottest trend. For me personally, I like to do what's going to be the highest potential profit and I kind of do a combination of both. What I can get the most profit on and how fast I can list it. For me, I know, Mike is killing it in jeans because that's, his forte. And I love jeans. I've been doing jeans for a decade, but jeans take me longer to list. I know that if I already have like tops photographed, I know I can crank those out in twice the speed as jeans. So I'll probably sit down and crank out the shirts first and do the jeans last. However, I have to be careful because of the season, because once you start getting into the hotter seasons, the jeans aren't going to go as fast. It seems like now whenever I list jeans, they sell really super fast just because of the time of year it's in. And then definitely by profit, because I struggle with it's really cheap. And so if I find something that's really, really cheap and I know that I can sell it and make a really good profit on it, then I went up first.
Right. All right, I got 2 questions I'm going to answer. One was, they said, me being so successful, why do I watch other YouTubers? Because it's basically knowledge. it's acquiring new things. Like, all right, Lindey, for instance, she sells, like she brought up limited edition Oreos. And I didn't really pay attention to that. I scanned some at the grocery store yesterday for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just finding out new things I should sell or things I'm just not thinking of. Like, I don't know. Also, she pointed out a new way I can take my main picture for jeans because I was thinking, what can I do? And I wouldn't have thought of it myself. I started taking it a new way. So that's the reason. Plus entertainment, too, to waste time. I have it on in the background for...
All right, I'm back. I was just saying bye to them.
But...
Anyway, continue, Mike.
What was the other question? I can't remember. Oh, someone was asking an auction question. They said, why would I list things for 10 days? That was the other one. And it's all about ending it on the day that you want to end it. So if I do the previous Thursday, I can end it on Sunday at 10 days. You see, so it's either 5, 7, or 10 to end on Sunday. So that's the only time I'll ever do 10 days, to aim it for a day I want to end it on.
And then I watch other YouTubers because, no matter how well you're doing with reselling, there's always something new that you can learn. There's always something new that you can learn. The amount of knowledge that's out there, especially with a resource like YouTube, there's so much stuff that you can learn. Like I hear of new brands every single day. I find new retail arbitrage items that I didn't have any idea were selling. I never would have known that barbecue sauce was selling on eBay had I not done the research, or, if I had just been so set in my ways and not tried to learn anything else, I never would have known that, and I wouldn't have made profits on it. So the YouTubers, because there's always something that you can learn. You never know everything. There's no way for anybody to know every single little thing. Except for Nicole. She knows a lot about clothes.
I'm sure she learns a lot of stuff from us, too, about things she doesn't sell. I know most of the people are eBay sellers. They learn a lot from my Amazon stuff, but I only sell a couple items on Amazon, so I'm not as expanded in that knowledge. But I learn from other Amazon sellers. There's a few here in Florida that I watch on YouTube. So, it's true. I spend my nights watching YouTube videos every night.
All right, here's another question. How long did it take to sell your first ever item?
I can't remember that far back.
Oh, no.
I know what I started off selling, and it was 10 years ago, way back when I had a personal account and I was young. I sold collectible cards back then, and the first day I bought someone's collection, I sold stuff. So, that was just, but if we want to talk about now when I've been selling clothing and other, thrifting stuff, it probably took me a week or two till I sold something. I remember listing stuff and not selling anything right away. But I can't really remember what the first set of things of clothing that I sold was.
Lindey?
Well, I know that I started way back when with jeans, but I don't remember how long it took me to sell them. They sold for anything. I guess when I really started cranking them out here in this last year, it started taking, to have my first one sell, it was probably about a week, because it was an auction. It was a couple of, this is what got me, this is what
did you do? Auction?
Oh, yeah, it was an auction. It was an auction.
Wow.
It's because it was, I hadn't done any eBay in a really, really long time, and auctions, I had always done auctions. So I was cleaning out my closet and I found a couple of king size pillowcases, and something told me to list the pillowcases on eBay. I have no idea why. Me too, and within a week they sold for $12 plus shipping for used king size pillowcases. It blew my mind. So I was like, oh, maybe I should get back into this again. And it just took a week.
That's what started the new eBay.
That's what started it all back up. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I could really crank this out now. I could do this. And I just started, because I had the space, I had the capital. Because before, when I had sold capital was really, really tough. I had like $20 to work with or $30 to work with. But, you know, now I had a little bit more money to go out and source more merchandise and really build up that inventory. So
when you did
that was another driving
When you
reason.
started that, did you start watching YouTube videos right away, or like?
No, I had no idea that there was even anything on YouTube. I watched YouTube for. Huh?
What made you jump on it? What made you discover the YouTube and like other people? And
I actually know this. I was talking to my dad because my dad is an eBay seller, and he's been a seller since I was a little girl. And I was talking to him about eBay and telling him I wanted to get back into it. And he was talking to me about drop shipping. He was like, well, drop shipping is a really big thing now. And I was like, what is that? You know, and so I started Googling what drop shipping was. And it took me to, I can't remember his name now, but it took me to some guy's video about me using drop shipping. And from there, that's when I kind of started seeing that there was channels and there was, you know, they're talking about reselling on eBay. And of course I realized that drop shipping is not the way to go. So I just started kind of watching YouTubers, and then I found Casey. Okay, this is the thing that made probably Casey one of my favorites. Was you started talking about plushes. I never in a million years would have thought to sell plushes, and never would have occurred to me in a million years. But I was at a garage sale. It was spring. I was at a garage sale, and there was a whole box of plushes, and the person running the garage sale said, just take whatever you want. Get rid of them. I'm tired of having all of these in my kid's room. Just take them. And so I took ones that I thought looked the best. There were some Disney ones. There were some that were new with tags. And I started listing them, and I started making like $10 a pop on each one that I sold. Like,
wow.
This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna keep watching him. So
I learned it from Ben, that like diving into the plush bins. Like they would always bring a bin out that was full of stuffed animals, and they would dive through this. This old lady, the one that I made the video about, she literally would go home with 4 carts full of stuffed animals. And she's not you know, like a full. I don't know if she's retired or what she does, but that woman sells like 20 or 30 plushes a day. She has hundreds and thousands of stuffed animals. It's all she buys. She doesn't buy clothes. And she's like the king or queen of stuffed animals. That's when I started learning. I'm like, if this lady's buying 100 stuffed animals a day, there must be a reason. She's not buying them just to collect them. She's selling them. And so I just started watching her, and I started asking her, and she was like, yeah, I sold that one for $15 and that one for $12. And I'm like, man, I'm selling clothes for $12 and $14, and she's selling stuffed animals. So it didn't matter to me.
They do take up more space, though. You have to be careful.
That's very true. To me, it's all widgets. The only difference is the storage. I just call them widgets. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a stuffed animal or a shirt or an iPod. If it makes $15, it doesn't matter what I'm selling, as long as it's profitable. And it was just something else that I opened my eyes to, just seeing her buy all that stuff. So it's pretty crazy.
All right.
Okay, so someone's asking Mike about a laptop.
I answered it.
Did you? Okay.
I want to answer the first thing I sold. I remember this was back in back in like 99 or 2000. I was in high school, and eBay fascinated me. I was browsing it, you know. I was and obviously this was the early days. So I had a CD store up by me, a resale shop, and they had a $1 section of CDs and a 50-cent too. So I started picking up cheap CDs. I was listening to rap, so I started listing some of my old rap CDs. And I remember picking up, there was 3 or 4 of them in the case. It was NSYNC promos, you know, when the boy bands were huge back then. And it was for, I can't remember what song it was, but it was a radio promo CD. It was a 1-song radio promo CD. And I picked them up for $1 a piece, and they were selling for 40 plus. Each. So I made it, me and my girlfriend at the time, she took 2, I took 2. And, you know, we made how much after fees? You know, like $70. So that's the one thing that stands out, and that's what really hooked me on eBay, was seeing me starting it at, I probably started it at like $1 and getting it up over 40, $50.
They were auctions?
Yeah. They didn't have buy it now back then.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's, you know what? That's probably why I started those pillowcases on auction, just strictly because I probably didn't think that buy now was an option, just because it had been so long since I'd been on eBay.
Hey, Lindey, it still isn't an option, if you know what I'm saying. All right, here's a question I really want to answer, and it's a good question. What's your most common bread and butter item that you consistently go for and make good money at?
Go ahead, Mike. You volunteered first. Go ahead.
Okay. I would say Levi's men's jeans. I don't care the condition. I'm buying it and I'm selling it. I'm talking about like mud stains. I'm buying it. It doesn't matter. It's holes. I know I'm selling it. I might break even on a few because maybe somebody just doesn't want it. But I pretty much have 100% sell-through rate on Levi's men's. It doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter the era, doesn't matter new, old. That's the one thing I go for.
Yeah, I would say plus size jeans, plus size women's jeans.
Plus size is super
because
good. Everybody's been talking about
because they don't sit. They sell fast and they sell for more than other jeans because they're so hard to come by.
Everybody's been doing plus size videos, plus size adjusting, and guys big and tall. Anything of that bigger size is both really good. I have two bread and butters. One is it's outside of the clothes side, but I sell a lot of video games, which a lot of people know. I do a lot on Amazon. But as far as like eBay stuff goes, I would say our bread and butter is probably like my button-down shirts, my Tommy Bahama, my Columbia fishing shirts, any of those vintage shirts. That stuff's super good. Those guys, they wrapped around fishing is super hot right now, and it sells really good. Great question, Mike. Thank you for grabbing that one.
You're welcome. And I don't think I see any others right now.
Well, we've been on a while, so I'm gonna wrap it up for me anyways, and since I'm the one having it, I think that's gonna wrap them too when I go. We're over 210 viewers right now, which is insane. So I want to thank everybody who came on and viewed, and everybody who came back to the second link when we had a cutout there. Sorry about that, but thanks for coming back. I see everybody did make it. So.
I think if you leave, it would still be on. To be honest,
really?
just FYI.
I don't think it would. I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
We're gonna test that. I guess we'll see in a minute or two. Before I go, in case it does cut out, I want to thank Mike and Lindey both for being here for a live show tonight since 9 o'clock, of course. And we'll have them back again soon, or I'll be over on their channel. Whatever you guys want, you guys can message or comment or email us and let us know what you want to see. I know Lindey, I'll come on your channel whenever things aren't crazy. Mike, I would come on your channel, but I don't know if you'll actually create a live show. You just like coming on everybody else's.
That's true.
He's like the couch dweller that jumps from couch to couch to everybody else's.
Yeah, you got room on your couch.
What's funny is everybody still knows who he is. He doesn't even put out his own videos, and everybody knows who he is.
He's like
whatever he does works.
He's the least consistent video producer, and everybody knows who he is more than like a lot of other people. When people asked for me to have people on the channel, it was always Mike. I got so many requests for Mike. It's crazy, especially after I did the full channel.
Hold on. Someone asked if I did a video on how to photograph jeans. I have done a video on how I list and price, and briefly in there is how I photograph them. I showed a couple of examples, but I haven't done any videos where I'm actually like taking pictures of the jeans and showing you. I'm sure I'll do something similar to that in the future. I've had a lot of people ask me how I take my pictures, how I go about listing items. So I'm sure that that'll come, but I do have a video about jeans.
Yeah, that's a huge question. Photographing is a big question we all get a lot. All right, unless Mike or Lindey sees anything else that jumps out, I am going to roll out. No, I didn't see anything else. again, thanks everybody for jumping on here and being with us tonight. Over 200 people, so that's awesome. Make sure you can leave a comment if you have any other questions. I'll get to them as much as I can tomorrow. And if you haven't already liked this video, please like this video. And I will also link Lindey's Instagram and video down in the bottom. And also, Mike, if you want me to link anything, you can tell me. I'll link it.
Yeah, go ahead. Link my channel if you like.
Absolutely. It'll all be down in the description box.
Does that mean you're going to start doing videos again?
Yeah.
He goes from like making stuff to like not making stuff. So
mostly not making stuff.
Yeah, he says he's so busy selling.
One last question. Hold on.
All right, last one.
I heard eBay store items don't show up when buyers search in the eBay app or website, so your items only sell when people come to your store and buy. That sounds weird. True or false?
That sounds weird. I would say false.
That sounds false. Yeah, I mean, if somebody searches for a particular item and they click on your item and they go into your listing, they have the option to view the items in your store, but they don't have to search your specific store to find anything that you've sold.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So that's weird. You might want to have somebody else search for your item if they can figure out what's going on. If not, I would call eBay if you think something is legitimately going on. So, all right. Well, I'm going to end it there, and I'm going to do all the links in a little while. They'll be up in like the next hour or so, or tomorrow if I don't get a chance to get them up tonight. But everything will be linked. Make sure you check out their channels, and I will see you guys tomorrow for a weekend video. It'll be recorded, not live, just a normal video tomorrow, and you guys can check out Lindey and Mike as well. So thanks again, everybody. Thank you, Lindey and Mike, for being here and for staying on tonight, and I'll see you guys for the next one, either on Lindey's channel or Mike's.
Woo!
All right, good night.
Thanks, guys.